Contractor, subcontractor headaches. How many of you have had those as you're flipping houses? Or if you haven't started flipping, if your objection is, well, I don't know who's going to do it. I don't know anything about remodeling and contracting. Well, here's some reflection on the last 19 years of flipping and how I've used different contractors, subcontractors, or handyman to do different jobs. There's been different strategies. My strategy over the years is for more complicated houses, say ones where you're doing like full basement remodels, opening up the walls, doing a structural like if it's going to be like maybe a $70,000 or $100,000 or more remodel, I've concluded that my best strategy is to hire a very trusted general contractor that can pull permits and manage the job from start to finish. The other strategy that I use for maybe my rehabs, not necessarily lower end or higher end, but just more minimal work, where it's more cosmetic, carpet, paint, maybe bathrooms, stuff like that, is I'll hire more of like my handyman crew, where those guys can kind of navigate 80% of the house, but then we're still hiring out for, say, like windows or roofs or the furnace, some of those specialty trades, cabinets, stuff like that. But I guess the point of this video is I see and hear a lot of people complaining and talking about like, well, this flip didn't work out because I couldn't find the right plumber. I couldn't find the right electrician, or they charged me too much, or they stole all my money and then I had to hire a new contractor. And if you're nodding your head right now, which I'm sure many of you are, you've all experienced this as well. And so maybe it's more of a philosophy that I think I've kind of leaned into and just accepted, that the reality is you've always got to, no matter how long you've been doing this, you've always got to be looking for that next best contractor, plumber, electrician, whatever the trade might be. And I always like to do an analogy to like college football, because I love college football. It's like recruiting. A college football coach is always looking for that next best player for the position that they have a need for, whether it's running back, linebacker, kicker, punter. They're always looking to have a 2 or 3 deep roster, meaning they have their starter, they have a backup to the backup, because you never know when your all-star plumber is going to get sick, go to jail, move out of the country. Whatever it might be, you're going to need a backup. And if you don't have a database and always looking for that Rolodex of like who could be next, you're going to have your project stall. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to get annoyed. And what's going to happen? You're going to lose money and momentum and confidence. So just lean into the fact that no matter how many you've done, you've always got to be looking for that next best crew. Now, you don't want to sacrifice your really, really good people to just try someone new. This is the other strategy I've learned over the years, is once you've found someone that's reliable, fair price, stick with them, pay them immediately, make it very clear for them what you want them to do and need them to do, because at that point, if they're that good, you're going to be wasting their time and they're going to be doing other jobs. And then you will have so much less headaches if you have a really clear process. You pay people, you compliment them, you thank them. You then don't have to be recruiting as much for some of those key positions on your rehab team. Now, the guys that, or gals or whatever, the contractors that seem to be maybe in flux and transient the most would be painters, demo guys, handyman, cleanup. But where I found people that I've relied on and we've done business together for years and years and years is like window guys, furnace, electricians, roofers, cabinet guys. Those guys spend a lot of time finding your A players, because those guys will stick with you. And then the other tip is, if those are A players, they probably know other A player contractors or subcontractors. And if you're treating them right and paying them, they're going to refer their friends, just like in any other business. You do business with people that you like and trust, and then those people will refer people that like and trust. Now, I've been burned on the other side of it, where I've had really A player like plumbers, and I've referred them to other people, and then those other people don't pay them or they mistreat them. And then my plumber gets pissed at me and he's like, don't ever refer me out again. So it's a fine line and a juggle, but that one component of rehabbing a property is so important that you want to spend a ton of time in getting the right people on the job, always researching who could come in next if you lose some of your A players, taking care of them, because ultimately that's going to keep you tighter on your budget, your timeline, which is going to do what? Eliminate market risk because of exposure of a long time on the market, keep your deadlines nice and tight, you'll be in and out of properties quicker, and you'll have a lot better idea of what you're actually paying for what, so it's more predictable when you go to evaluate the next house. So if you need help or resources on how to do this more strategically, reach out to me. You can schedule on my calendar. I have open spots every week for a 30-minute consult, and we're here to help. So thank you for watching.